Good morning, class. Happy Friday. Today's March 27th. Today will be the last day you have before the weekend to work on your projects explaining the importance of absolute rulers in Europe during this time period, 1700s mostly. Agenda for today: first, I'll give you some reminders. Second, I'll once again give you reminders about the project. I'm going to work on that. Then I'll explain a little details about plan for next week, as well as some virtual meetings, opportunities that you have. Your homework is to finish that project. It is due Monday, 10 a.m. You will turn that in through Google Classroom. First thing, just some reminders for you. You should be watching these videos I post every day. Now, I am not planning on posting any video next week Monday, and I'll explain why later in this video. But I know, at least in some of my classes, I'm not sure about world history, but in other classes for sure, that many students aren't actually listening and watching these videos to get the clear, specific instruction for what the work is for that day. So I just want to explain to you how this should work on your end. If you go to Google Classroom, we'll go to 6th hours. The first thing you should do when you start working on world history stuff, and I understand that some of you start with your first hour class, then go to second hour, and that's totally fine, so it might not be till later in the day. The first thing you should look for is not the post at the top of the stream, but instead the post for today's video. So this is from yesterday, Thursday, March 26th, and the first thing you should do is listen to that video. Now, if you're someone who's impatient like me, and you want to get through the informational stuff quickly so you can get started on the work part sooner, what you can do on these videos, I'll use the video that I'm using for my current events class today. You can click on this gear button at the bottom, settings, and you can change the speed. So right now it's just at normal speed. If you want to save a little bit of time, you can go 1.5 speed. It'll cut it down a couple minutes depending on how long the video is. If you want, you can try to go double speed. I'd be careful doing that because that might be too quick where you can't actually understand what I'm saying. But if you want to save some time through the informational stuff, feel free to make the speed a little bit quicker. I do that all the time for the work that I have to do as a grad student and other things too. You are more than welcome to do the same, but you can't just skip these videos. They're helpful. I post them for a reason. It's just to make sure everything is clear. Got too many students who aren't doing the work they're supposed to, or they're doing their work incompletely or incorrectly because they aren't paying attention to these videos. So please make sure you do that every single day. You're not going to have one Monday, but you should be looking every day. After you watch the video, all of the work above it, so start bottom and work your way up, is the work you'll have to complete for that day. So always start with the video and then one by one, in the order it's posted, because I'm posting it in the order it should get done, work your way up until you're all the way to the top and you've finished all the work you need to do for that day. But once again, can't stress enough, you need to start with watching the video so you know exactly what to do, and more importantly, you know exactly how I'm expecting it to be done. The only task you have for Monday is finishing this project. But once again, you can choose to create anything that's a video, brochure, some sort of online digital poster, infographic, for example, a website. Just can't be a presentation and it can't be an essay. Realize, I am not asking you in this project to show me how this person had a lot of power. All of these people had a lot of power in some way, shape, or form. This is persuasive. You are trying to convince me that your person is the most absolutist of them all. So you need to do a little bit of side-by-side comparative analysis where you're explaining not just why they're powerful, but why they're the most powerful of them all. So keep that in mind, that it's not just informative, it's persuasive. You're trying to prove a point. Make that very clear regardless if you're creating a video or a brochure. It's not just about what information you're giving me, but how that information is presented that makes it more or less persuasive. Don't forget, these items here are what needs to be in whatever you create for this project. Don't forget to add your sources. Once again, those sources get added, copied, and pasted here. Show you just one more time. So if you go to the bottom of the rubric in the outline, it says sources, copy, paste. Put all of your sources there. But one thing I'll say is you're expected to have multiple reliable sources. Multiple means many, not just one. So keep that in mind. Make sure they're reliable. Don't use random Weebly sites. Don't use random Quizlets or random Prezis or like a random blog post. Make sure it's reliable. It's a source we can trust. Also, don't forget, and this brings us to kind of the last thing we'll talk about today, that next week, and it's going to be next week Tuesday, on your test, you will have to explain your project, who you chose, why you chose them, what makes them the most absolutist, in a written form. That's why you can't do an essay for this. Okay, now your written explanation doesn't have to be as long as an essay, but it will be extended response. So be ready to explain why you chose this person in written form, not just in a video or brochure or whatever. So last thing I want to talk about, these are opportunities for you that are optional. They are not required. You can only take advantage of them if you want to / need to. What I will be doing both today, Friday, and Monday next week is providing a 30-minute opportunity for you to have a virtual chat with me to ask questions, share concerns, or seek help in some way, shape, or form for the work you're doing in this class. So today, starting at 11:30 up to noon, I'm going to post a link to either a Zoom meeting. Zoom is an app you use. It's a digital video meeting. Or we'll do the same thing but through Google Hangouts instead. Not sure which one I'm going to use, but I will post a link for you to join that meeting at 11:30, and that meeting will last for 30 minutes. Now, you do not have to do this, and you definitely don't have to be a part of the meeting for all 30 minutes. This is come and go as you please. That you can join at 11:45, talk with me for a couple minutes, and then leave. That's totally fine. This is only for people who are looking for help on their Rate the Ruler project today. So if you're confused about something, you want feedback, once again, use this time to ask questions, share concerns, or seek help. For today, it's about your project. For next week, Monday, I'm going to have this open from 9:30 to 10, and that is for any questions, concerns, or help you need for your test. So Monday, I will not post a video. Monday is simply a day of test review and preparation. This test will be open note, so get all of your notes organized on Monday. I will post all the review materials you need on Google Classroom as well, and I'll move that to the top of the stream. Most of the questions, not all of them, will be open response, extended response, open-ended type of questions, where you're writing paragraphs. You're not just answering a multiple choice question. There will be some multiple choice true or false questions, but the majority of the test, which will be shorter than usual, will be more of the multiple choice, less of the multiple choice, more of the longer extended response questions. I will post that test Tuesday at 10 a.m. and you will have, it'll be a Google form, you will have until 3 p.m. to finish. Realize I'm going to put the locking Chromebooks option on, so once you open the form, your Chromebook will be locked. You will not be able to exit or open up other tabs until you finish. So whenever you choose to do that between 10 and 3, it's totally up to you. Make sure you give yourself a solid chunk of time to get it done. If you're prepared, I don't expect the test to take more than 30 minutes. However, you might want to leave yourself a little extra time than that, 45 minutes, just in case. Once again, that test is Tuesday. Monday will just be a review day, and if you want to ask me questions for your test, 9:30 to 10, I'll post a link on Google Classroom. You can ask me questions, come and go as you please. If for whatever reason you need help and these 2 times for these 2 days don't work, send me an email and we can try to arrange something else. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Do your absolute best on this project, and I will talk to you.